Hey everybody, welcome to the Midwest Best Podcast, coming to you live from the sunny tundra that is Sioux Falls, South Dakota, your one-stop shop for two-bit takes on the questions and topics that pique the interest of the universe. Today with us, we have Jack at J_HD20, Brendan at Babaloo is back, Broderick at the_only_Bubba, and you can follow myself at OscarMilk21 on the Twitter machine. Follow the podcast on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook at Midwest Best Yes. All likes and shares are appreciated because this is a true grassroots movement. Just get out there, spread the word. All right, everybody.
Hell yeah. I also want to get it on record. Fuck Florida. South Dakota's the Sunshine State. I just want to make that clear.
All right, we're starting wars with Florida. I like this. This is going to get us big.
A four-man war with an entire state.
In other news,
That is always my
local
favorite
podcast
part
attacks
about
Florida. Christ.
Hey, I mean, it's probably better than any headline in Florida. So
You're wrong. You are extremely wrong about that.
I
the
think
best-
it's better for that to be a headline than some guy walks into a gas station with an alligator.
How is that
a
a bad headline?
See, here's the
No,
thing. Florida.
no, it's a great headline. It's you don't want it about your state.
Listen, Florida's been pumping out killer headlines left and right for decades. I appreciate the war with Florida, but it'd be the best headline out of South Dakota than Florida.
Just so everybody knows,
they are
whenever we
the king of
start merchandising,
headlines.
We're putting that on a hoodie.
What's that? What are we putting?
We're putting that on a hoodie. Hashtag War with Florida whenever we start merchandising this podcast.
Real Sunshine State, South Dakota. We call ourselves the sunny tundra. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
absolutely.
a great one right
put
there.
it on the back.
Sunny
We're
tundra.
gonna put that on the back. Hashtag Sunny Tundra on the back.
Oh hell yeah, that's our brand.
Gang gang.
Oh shit! So a lot of things have been happening since our last gathering here, especially in the sports world, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Toronto beats the
Yes.
Warriors. St. Louis Blues win Lord Stanley. The U.S. women's soccer team is absolutely killing it right now.
That's not fair. what
18
they're
to
doing.
nothing
Oh my
for their
God. Okay,
for the 3 games they've played. It's 18 to nothing.
18.
Yeah, that shit is
zip.
not fair.
3 games in a row, shut out the opponent completely. Are they just in a crappy group? I don't understand. I mean, not that we're not
Well,
good. I know we're good.
Sweden knocked them out of the Olympics.
Oh, really?
I don't know about Chile or Thailand, but when they played each other in the quarterfinals in the Olympics, Sweden knocked America out.
And we kicked their ass. I like that.
Yeah, we did.
Not as bad as Thailand, but
No.
Oh.
But I mean, when you come out of groups with 18 goals, and the next closest person in the entire group period, whatever, is
Mhm.
like 9 goals, you're doing something right. You're doing something right.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness! So it's gonna come down. We play Spain in the knockout rounds, starting off. So that's one team that we can.
Mm-hmm.
That might. Is Spain good in the women's soccer? I guess I don't really know. But
I have no idea.
You would assume they're pretty good at most other sports, right?
see, that's what I'm thinking. Especially Spain. I think they'd be a really good soccer team.
I mean, their men's is
sounds
pretty
right.
good, so
Mhm.
Just sounds right.
But-
Yeah.
They did.
our women's is good and
tie
our men's
China.
are terrible.
They tied China.
Yeah,
And China's supposed to
0
be really
goals
good, right?
apiece. So I think so, if I remember correctly. I don't know. They lost to Germany 1-0.
Oof.
Um,
Well, this is perfect though. This gives us
and beat
something.
South Africa. So
All right. I'm saying this is really perfect. This gives us something to cheer about. Right around the corner for Independence Day. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
USA.
Yeah,
USA. USA.
plus, we don't have men's basketball to
We
quote
don't.
unquote cheer for as we watch them obliterate everybody because that's next year.
That's right. We don't get an Olympics till next year. Our normal Olympics, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pumped for that. I think USA is
Hell
going to
yeah.
kill it again. Is Michael Phelps coming back, or did he
Always.
actually retire?
no, I'm pretty sure he's actual retired. But,
Great. Now we're going to suck at swimming again. Ugh.
Well, maybe Lochte comes back.
That'd be cool.
So we can vandalize some more shit. That'd be
Hey,
cool.
Oh yeah,
you
didn't he
know
get in like big trouble? I
None
forgot about
None
that.
of our
I
male
forgot
swimmers
about
are
that.
intelligent.
Hey, as long
They're
as we
just
got Katie
athletes.
Ledecky, we're fine.
Hey, man, all Michael Phelps want to do is smoke a
Mhm.
little weed. You leave him alone. He's a smart man.
Yeah, and all Katie Ledecky wants to do is just obliterate every other female swimmer in the entire universe.
Women's swimming is going to be great. When I said we sucked at swimming, it was going to be men's swimming. We're going to suck at that. Women's swimming,
Right.
that's going to
Mhm.
be, whoo-wee. We're going to kill that.
Top notch. Hell yeah.
We're the best at snowboarding, swimming, soccer, basketball, bar none. I think we're going to have
Gymnastics.
gymnastics in the bag again. Yeah, of course. Is that Gabrielle? I don't remember her
I
last
think
name.
she's done, but there's
She's
a
done? I thought
plethora
she
of
was
them.
really young. They just quit early or what?
A lot of them kind of do. It's pretty strenuous.
I
Yeah.
suppose that makes sense, but that makes me sad. She was really, really good. She was fun to
Yeah.
watch.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm 23 and I can't do half the stuff they do.
I can
so.
barely get up in the morning, so yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
I
even
feel-
getting into bed is a struggle.
Oh my god. So how do we feel about? I know we've talked about this before. Toronto beating the Warriors.
Good for them.
I'm extremely ecstatic about that.
So is the entire country of Canada. I almost said state, but the entire country of Canada.
I mean,
Yeah,
you could
and
probably
they
say
don't
the
even-
whole. Probably say all of North America minus the Bay Area. is ecstatic about that.
Yeah, that's you show those
Probably,
maps of the United States. All of it's red, and there's this one little blue dot in the corner, a yellow dot, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
That's it. That's exactly it. Nobody wanted the
Really,
Warriors to win.
it's just a crushing blow to Oakland. Oakland's
is.
losing
Yeah.
everything.
This was their last chance at another championship before everybody ships out. The Raiders
Yeah.
are gone. Warriors are gone now. It's kind of depressing. At least Marshawn
Yeah.
Lynch probably still lives there, right? They still have that, huh?
They do still have that.
And he's a great
Mhm.
little philanthropist down there. So he is. He is the
He
ghetto
is the Bay
philanthropist, and
Area.
I love it.
Yeah.
The crotch grab was incredible, and
Oh,
how
my
it didn't make
dick!
it, and how it didn't make it into Madden, I don't know.
I think
It's-
It kind of did.
It kind of did, but it should have been better.
Yeah.
Hell, you know what? They should have just even made that a DLC, just cash grab that shit. I would have bought.
Absolutely. Every single year, I'd have bought.
I mean, that's all EA wants
I'm-
to do, anyways.
I'm
so.
still buying every year, and I freaking regret it every year.
Oh, I do
They
too.
got me. They got me. Got my balls in a
Me and
vice.
2K.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but
The
2K,
show is where it's at, fellas.
2K is
Oh.
at least, even if it's not as good of a game as last year, it's not a bad game.
See,
Like, they don't break everything. Like, EA
Yeah, that's
breaks
fair.
a complete different part of the game each year.
see,
That's fair.
the show is where it's at, huh? This is gonna be.
Show is where
This
it's at.
is gonna be a difficult podcast to conduct when you got two stickball people that really want to talk about stickball, and you got two any other sport people that would rather talk about anything else in the universe.
Both
that's-
my topics are
that's
stickball
false.
tonight
That's
too.
false.
To segue into this,
You two don't want to talk hockey.
to segue, I actually am a big hockey fan now. I am a day one Golden Knights fan. Ever
okay.
since I started watching this year's playoffs, and I was super pumped, super sad that my Golden Knights lost.
Okay,
But,
so the year after they reached the cup, you're
No.
a Golden Knights.
No, I said day one, the day that they were founded, all
Okay.
that time ago,
Okay.
very long time ago. What is that? 2 years? 3
Yeah.
years now? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not
Day
2 years.
one.
3.
Day one, Golden Knights fan here. Can't even call me a bandwagon. I'm
Dude,
getting
you could have waited for Seattle.
Is Seattle getting a team?
Next year.
What are they going to be called?
Ooh.
That is still not released yet.
No, but their colors are going to be that terrible green and terrible blue. I
Oh,
guarantee that.
let's go. They're going to be like the Sonics. Nah,
well,
I'm,
I mean,
I'm
that's
okay.
what all of Seattle is. Is
For
that
Yeah,
green and
all
blue.
Seattle is that terrible.
Oh, you're talking like, okay,
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
more
I was
Seahawks.
thinking more
Mariners,
Seattle,
Seahawks,
Sonics
Mariners,
colors.
yeah. Kind of like how Pittsburgh is required to have every team be black
Yeah.
and yellow.
They have to, otherwise they won't fit Wiz Khalifa's old song, right?
I miss the blue penguin jerseys. Those baby blue
True.
penguin jerseys.
See,
Yeah.
I miss every baby blue jersey in existence. They need to be that color needs to be a lot more.
I'm glad
common.
the Chargers are doing it.
Yes, I'm so happy about the Chargers. They are bringing that back, and they've had a really good media PR run recently, and I'm really liking. They have a bunch of really
Absolutely.
fun edited
Yeah,
videos.
when they tried to steal the Dodgers logo, like that was sweet.
they had like a cool edited like music video for Visor to Phillip Rivers, and I'm like, let's go, I'm ready, bolt up, yeah, bandwagon on this, let's go.
That's not a bandwagon. You've been on that Chargers kick and boat for like 2-3 years now, from what I've seen.
I'm not necessarily rooting for them, but I've been picking them to go to the Super Bowl just because I think that
Right.
they're a good team, and this is more like a betting sense. Not I really like.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do
Hammer
like
the
the
over.
team. They're
Okay,
really
I
fun to
got you.
watch. But I keep picking them to go to the Super Bowl. People laugh at me, and I'm like, oh, trust me, man. Dark horse is coming. Chargers are coming, and they haven't done it. It's really pissing me off. So I'm gonna ride that train until they bust. Right? You know, it's Super
Yeah.
Bowl or bust, and if they don't, I'll eat
Yeah.
crow. But if they do, I'm gonna be right there saying, I told you, you idiots. I told you
How long
Chargers
is
were
this
coming.
going though?
This is 2 years in the making. I've been saying
But
Vikings
I'm
I've
saying,
been-
how long are you willing to wait this out until they make the Super Bowl? Like, are we
until
gonna be-
Phillip Rivers quits.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
That's what I'm waiting
because
for.
they have such a good young core, and led by Phillip Rivers, great quarterback.
Mhm.
They
But
easily
once Phillip's done, they're done. They're not
Exactly.
going to find a quarterback.
Senor Rios.
who?
Rivers. It's Rivers in
Oh
Spanish.
my goodness! I thought you were talking about somebody else, like some Spanish
I did too.
quarterback. I was so confused. Senor
Felipe
Rivar?
Rios.
Senor Rios? Oh, is Rio River
Yeah,
in Spanish?
yeah. Google it.
Oh, so when they say Rio Grande, it's just big river.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate Spanish now. That name had so much more mystique to me up until this point in my entire life. You ruined that for me.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, my town had a creek, and it was called the Rio Grande.
Oh,
And it was the smallest fucking thing in the world. We had a river going around us that it drained into.
awesome.
oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
It's hilarious. It's even on Google
just-
Maps, and it's fucking awesome.
I loved how I could hear in Lucas's voice when he said, "Does that just mean it means big river?" Just the
Yeah,
disappointment.
I really wanted that to mean anything else, like have some cool story behind it. It seems like there's always like deep lore in Mexican or Spanish things, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
this is just really disappointing. I'm gonna need
Sorry,
a minute,
buddy.
guys. This is
Sorry, buddy.
devastating. Because you say it holds so much power. Say, oh, the Rio Grande. I'm like, ooh, what's that? That sounds awesome. Now it's just big river. Oh, okay, great.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it sure is. I guess it's pretty large. Sometimes the water goes down. It's
Wow.
not so pequeño grande. Pequeño rio.
The Little River.
Yeah. Gosh dang.
Oh, shit.
Spanish lessons with the Midwest Best.
Yeah, Spanish lessons with the Midwest Best. We're doing it today, boys. So, I wanted to go back about we're talking about how this is gonna be hard with 2 stickball people and 2 other people who don't care. I want to get this over with. I saw Broderick had a bunch of things that he was writing down. He was like, "Oh, I'm researching for the
87
podcast,"
columns
and
of
I
notes.
looked at his columns like I know exactly what these things are. I don't know exactly what they mean, but I know this is stickball numbers, and I hate it. All
All
right.
right. So, Brendan, you'll have an opinion on this. I don't know if the other two will.
I will
know
have an
I will.
opinion. I will have an opinion. You won't like it.
You won't like it.
Is Mauer a Hall of Fame player? Or is it
No.
not?
Ooh,
No.
non-stickball
you
guy
can't
chiming in
juice-
already. Here we
you
go.
can't juice for one season, get a bunch of home run numbers, and get a contract, and then just be like, "Oh, whatever." Like, haha, I guess I got my contract, and now I'm paid for life now. No, Mauer's not a Hall of Fame player. You can't be one good season on a garbage team
I mean,
on
he
your
has
contract
2,
year.
He has 2 MVPs.
Oh, BFD, big fucking deal.
For a catcher, it's actually kind of a big deal.
I know.
Okay,
He is
so-
because
I was
he
gonna
was
say,
a
wasn't he a
catcher.
catcher? All he does is
Yeah.
sit on his knees
Yeah.
all day. I think.
Yeah, and And he's got impact outside of baseball, and like he did a lot of things for Minnesota and like whatever, and he made them relevant again. I get that. That's fine. I just want to say no because if we all sit here and agree, it's not an interesting podcast.
Did he make them relevant again?
Well, I mean, kind of.
Here's what I'm thinking is I don't think Minnesota's or Twins have been relevant since they won the World
90s.
Series in the 90s, right?
Minus this year.
And then that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
This year they are
yeah,
actually
yeah,
relevant. Like I'm back to being a Twins fan again. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. They're winning. I'm happy.
Those red jerseys are fucking awesome though.
Oh yeah, they need to whip those out more.
Freaking, I want to get this sponsor, so I'm going to mention these guys. Soda Stick Co. They make the coolest shirts. I recommend if you are a Twins fan or a Vikings fan or whatever, check out Soda Stick Co. or sodastick.co, I think it is. They have some really cool like twin shirts. Those are fire.
So I've seen on Instagram these weird things, like weird T-shirt things from Minnesota things or whatnot.
Yeah.
One of them is just a picture of the Metrodome, and it just says no smoking underneath. I don't know why that's the entire shirt.
Is that
but I want one.
It sounds like a very Asian thing, like you'd see in an Asian supermarket, right? Like it's stuff that makes no sense. Like Asian people, like I've seen people like in like pictures of Asian people in Asia that have shirts that just say like "fuck you, idiot," or "I'm effing retarded" or something like that, right? And I don't think they know what it exactly means. It's kind of I feel bad because it feels like somebody's taking advantage of them and they spent money on that, or if they do know what that means and they're trying to be like hip chic or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe they're just trolling, yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
Could be trolling.
I'd like that then.
Oh, that's Soda Stick Co. or whatever?
Yeah.
They got a curling shirt that is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. They have
Hell yeah.
the twin shirts they have. Like I was actually thinking about buying a twin shirt. I hate stickball. I don't care anything about stickball. Had shirts like it was that La Tortuga guy that I don't know his real name. That's what they call him, the La Tortuga.
Mm-hmm.
And it has like a turtle shell on the back, and in the front it says La Tortuga, and it's in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles font. It's so legit.
No,
yeah,
that's not his real name.
He's the turtle. He's the turtle. Yeah.
Yes, that's his name. That's his real name.
Don't see. I know that Spanish. I know that Spanish. I know chili cheese con queso, or nope. That's. I said cheese twice there. I think. Yeah. Never mind. I'm gonna take back everything. I don't know any Spanish at all.
Chili cheese with cheese.
Chili cheese with cheese, please. And I'm gonna say that next time I go to next burrito place. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna laugh
But yeah,
at me.
so going back to Broderick's topic, I want to say no. I really do. I don't think he has all that great of numbers. But what he was able to do when he was a catcher is very unprecedented. He was not as great as Buster Posey, but he was like Buster Posey to the Twins for his rise.
So it's kind of like I don't mean this in a certain way, but your bias tells you no, but the numbers are like, yeah, I suppose, fuck you, you can get in. That's
No, it's more the numbers of his hitting isn't as great as what some view it as.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great in the catcher profile.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because like I've heard a lot of analysts say if he stays catcher, absolutely he's in easy. Yeah. But because he switched to first base, his numbers
I don't fully agree that. But yeah, no, if he was, say, a first baseman his entire career, he would never be in the Hall of Fame.
No, I agree with that, but
I don't think the switching to save his knees.
Well, yeah, you can't.
Right.
You can't say that. That's what I'm saying. He's a first baseman his whole career. He saves his knees a little bit. That his entire career, he gets more power into those hits. He's hitting dingers all day. You've seen him. He's strong mother trucker. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Even on his juice season, he only had 28 home runs.
Yeah, yeah.
Monster. Absolute monster. I don't know why he doesn't have are they gold jackets in MLB? I don't care. Doesn't have a jacket already.
Rings.
They just give him rings.
I think so.
So
I don't think he have a jacket. And a plaque
Lame.
with your face
That's
on it.
whack as fuck.
That is extreme. They give you the plaque?
Actually, I think
or does that go into a...
I'm pretty sure you do get a jacket.
You might. I could be wrong on that.
You have to buy it yourself.
It's
It's just from Reebok, actually. It's just a sweatshirt. Welcome to Stickball.
It's got a print on it that makes it look like a jacket.
We spend too much money on your contract, so we can't afford gold jackets.
So my big thing about Mauer, and obviously I'm biased. I am completely biased on this.
No shit.
But
Yeah,
he's the
Twins
only catcher in the American League to win a batting title, and he did it 3 times. So even on his juicing season, you take that out, he did it twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one thing that will help him potentially get in there.
My thing is, like, I think it's only fair to, if we ask the question of is he a Hall of Famer, I think we have to look at his numbers on his own, and I think disregard his position, and I think just say,
compare
what do these numbers
catchers
do?
And first baseman? Because that's what I was doing.
Well, and not even just that. I'm just saying, just on their own, does he have a Hall of Fame career by itself? Without comparing him to anybody, without saying, like, looking at based on him as a catcher versus a first baseman or anything like that, just say, hey, do these numbers look like Hall of Fame numbers to you, regardless of the player, name, position, whatever, league, anything? And I know that a lot of those have a lot to do with those decisions, with the DH and NL and whatever and all that shit. Like, that's fine, whatever. But
yeah, it's hard for DHs to get in.
Yeah, but still, like, just saying, regardless of position, does he look like a Hall of Fame player? My instinct, based on looking at his numbers and what I've seen from other guys who have made the Hall of Fame, from what little baseball knowledge I have, I say no. But then when you start to factor in the other things, like you said, his impact, the fact that he was a catcher, other things like that, I think definitely you can make a strong argument for him being in the Hall. My initial gut reaction is no.
Do you want to hear some numbers?
You can. They're going to go right over my head.
Reel them in, baby. Let's go. Throw them at me. In one ear,
so
out
career
the
numbers. Career numbers in hits were 21-23, 2,123 hits, 939 walks, 1,034 strikeouts, 143 home runs, 601 extra base hits. He had a 306 average, a WAR, which is wins above replacement,
306
of 55,
and
923 RBIs.
Fucking 306. God damn.
Yeah, he's a great average hitter. That's why he won the batting titles those years.
Yeah.
All I know about DH, NL, whatever, all the girls in my high school called him the DD, designated daddy. So based on that,
okay,
he is in the Hall of Fame. Designated daddy Joe Mauer. Let's go.
Oh, I don't know what it was, but all the girls were obsessed with his sideburns.
Is that what it was?
They were.
I almost got killed.
Weird.
I almost got killed in high school. They said, "Oh my God, I love Joe Mauer," and I said, "Who?" And they looked at me with the most disgust I've ever seen in a person's eyes.
Joe Mauer used to be the Zac Efron of the sports world in our tiny communities.
Okay,
no joke.
I can see that.
The Twins had a promotion night where they gave away fake sideburns because of his sideburns.
He brought back the 70s porn burns. I love that.
Do you guys remember who was it? That Coke commercial with the Steelers player?
Mean Joe Green,
The kid offers him a Coke,
and
he gives his jersey away. So when they were advertising for that sideburn promotion, a kid goes, "Hey Joe, good game," and hands him a water. And Joe goes, "Thanks." And kid turns around, starts to walk away. Goes, "Hey kid," pulls off his sideburns, hands them to the kid.
Was this on national television? Can we find this somewhere? Oh my God.
You could absolutely find this.
Joe Mauer's sideburn commercial. I need to find this. That sounds amazing.
And the next frame is him, like, clearly he's rubbing his sideburns and, like, clearly hiding the fact that he still has them.
Oh, here it is. Be careful. We gotta put this on YouTube. Well, boys, I think that was stickball talk. I think I think we've covered it.
That's enough for a month. Is that what you guys are saying?
I would love to talk more stickball if I knew more about it. I could learn more.
Yeah,
That's kind of maybe I'll start getting into it more so I can actually talk a little bit of smack with you guys. But
yeah, I can start studying here during the season.
Most studying's I'm gonna be looking at the most like top Twitter related thing, and I'm gonna be bringing that up. Otherwise, I don't know. I will not get deep into. All I know is that if you have one guy on the first base, one guy on third base, that's a pickle, and that's my favorite name for a sports thing out there right now.
That's not a pickle.
What's a pickle?
I mean, first and second, but it's all right.
No, you guys are both.
You guys are
this was explained to me.
A pickle is when the runner is caught between one base and the other, and the team is.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I guess that's where the thing comes. I'm in a pickle, but fuck you. I know what I heard.
That's what I meant by first and second.
This has been a rough day for Lucas Rigo. This has been a rough day.
Jack.
I fucking played Little League fucking baseball or whatever. T-ball.
Yeah, he only ever got in between first and second.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to admit, I'm a professional Grant Duel T-ball player as well. I spent my time picking grass and looking into the sun because I was so goddamn bored. And then
I spent one summer with a fat lip because I got fucked up by a ground ball.
See, that's what caused me to hate stickball was those days. And then I was sitting there picking grass one day, and one girl like 2 years older than me comes over and goes, "Hey, you need to pay attention to the game, Lucas. I'm sick of you always you're out here doing nothing." I'm like, I hate this. I'm leaving. So I left. I was like 7 or no, I was like 5 or something. I'm like, yep, this is it. I hate stickball. We're going on to something else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised I ever got back into sports. Good for me. Good for me. All right. Exactly.
Yay. There you go. Good job. Okay. Is Derrick Rose's career a disappointment or just unfortunate due to injury?
It's unfortunate due to injury. Absolutely.
Because I can see an argument either way. Because I mean, dude's got 10,000 career points. Well, 10,000 plus 10,000 career points.
Technically, it's a disappointment, right? Because he could have been one of the greatest players of all time, right?
But it's a disappointment because of the injury, right? Not just because of his own right.
Exactly. Because he's still putting up numbers
just like, now. What, Odin? Was it Odin?
Yeah. Well, Odin had warning signs. One leg was shorter than the other, which...
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a huge risk when he was drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And not any actual risk as far as injury history with Rose, but...
Right. I don't know, because, youngest MVP ever, best point guard in Bulls history, but he and Steve Nash are the only MVPs never to reach the NBA Finals. He still hasn't developed much of a jump shot, and he's an average defender at best. So
he was never going to develop a jump shot.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was ever drafted for his defense either.
Oh, no. Absolutely not. He was.
But, I mean, when you play such a heavy position, such a stacked position in the NBA, you got to be a decent defender, right? You got to, kind of step up.
Okay.
I mean, Curry's not that great on one-on-one.
No, he gets burnt off the ball every time.
I mean, he's great at help defense, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you're on the court one-on-one with him, that's the matchup every team wants.
And then Curry's offensive impact overrides that, which Rose's did when he was an MVP. Okay, yeah, I see you. You got me.
Here's the thing, though. He can sleep at night knowing that his defense will always be better than Andrew Wiggins, right? So
that doesn't take much.
No, it really doesn't.
I can sleep better at night knowing I have better defense than Andrew Wiggins.
Yes. All right, let's get this set up. Andrew Wiggins versus Brendan Reifers. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo, Wiggins, you hear this? Brendan's calling you out.
I am. I bet I can do one step back and go right past him.
If you can score on Andrew Wiggins, that's gonna be the goal, right? If you score,
that's a W for the entire pot.
I'm not even just gonna.
I was gonna say that's gonna get us nationwide.
I'm gonna go for the drive. I'm gonna drive on his ass.
That's
I might miss the layup. So, but if I don't miss, then I scored on Andrew Wiggins, and I am a hero. To all.
Well, I mean, absolutely. If this happens, we obviously have to broadcast this live.
So here's the thing.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's ever going to do it because it's a win-win for us. It's a lose-lose for him. No matter what happens,
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna be good for Andrew Wiggins.
His entire career's been a lose, though. So
It's
what difference
true.
does it make for him at this point?
Yeah,
But
maybe he's in it for the
making
memes. I don't care.
big time money. So
Yeah, to be a loser.
Oh my God! Hey, be nice. Friend of the
that's
show,
all
Andrew
Minnesota
Wiggins
sports
doesn't deserve that.
players.
I do not want to hear this slander out of you.
Wow. Why? Why?
Andrew
Talking
Wiggins
about Minnesota
is,
sports teams as losers, and the Twins are up
For
in
now.
like the top.
Okay,
3 for
until you
record.
play the Yankees in the playoffs. You don't beat the Yankees in
Hey,
the
I
playoffs.
mean,
Hey,
at least we'll make
Twins
the
are going all
playoffs
the
unlike
way.
Anaheim.
I'm sorry. We are still in the race for the wild card.
Everybody's in the race. It's June.
Yeah,
Damn.
exactly. You're in the lead, but it's June. There's a lot to be played.
Oh, shoot.
Good arguments on both sides.
yeah, fair,
Yeah.
fair.
Fair,
I think
fair.
we're saying the same thing there, but
Yeah.
listen
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
I agree. No, I agree.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
Exactly. Speaking of getting angry at each other, do we all think? I'm gonna bring this into
No, we don't think.
that's
I
completely
don't.
fair.
That shit
Do you-
takes too much time.
Do you guys hear that airplane over? Giant ass airplane just went right over my apartment. Okay, good. Anywho, do we think that Simon Cowell has gotten like extremely soft in his old age?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Fuck yes.
I was almost disgusted on what I saw the other day, and it's been all over.
Simon
YouTube and
Cowell
stuff.
plays Wiggins defense now.
It's true. No, it's completely true. That's what
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Okay, so he let through because I know Simon Cowell owns everything about America's Got Talent. He pretty much directs the
Yeah.
show in a sense.
Yep.
He let through that tequila karaoke guy.
That was funny though.
It was a funny moment.
It's not Simon Cowell funny, but it's
No,
funny.
I really
Yeah,
wanted.
no.
I really wanted him to like just go into him, just say, "I don't know what you're doing here. This is a waste of our time, waste of the audience's time. You need to get out of here immediately." Just go in on him. But no,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, you were hilarious. Wow."
And he's clapping along. And
Yeah.
No, there's American Idol Simon, and then there's AGT Simon.
True. He kind of has a
Yeah.
softer. He's always kind of had a softer side on AGT. Maybe because he actually enjoys this part of it. But
You know, and I get when he's soft on like the little kids, like, no,
Right.
good for him.
Absolutely,
You know, he
yeah.
actually has a heart, but then it's when people like can take it. Let's tear them apart, man. This is why I'm tuning in.
But can you imagine how much the needle would have moved for him on the internet if he actually tore into that guy and made him cry? Any publicity is good publicity, and he could have made bank off that moment right
I don't
there.
know that he's worried about publicity at this point in his career,
No.
though. I think that's part of why he's being so much softer now. It's just kind of, he's just done. He's just become apathetic to everything.
Well, and so there's
Hmm.
so last year on AGT there was a guy that came, and he was in like a caterpillar costume. He went into a cocoon and then came into a beautiful butterfly. And it was terrible. They didn't let him go through. He came back this year as a giraffe with the shortest neck, and the crowd needed to cheer for his neck to grow. Didn't let him go through.
What a
He
talent.
made it to another audition, and I
What?
can't remember what he did on this audition. But they were like,
The man with the smallest penis, they need him to cheer to grow. Come on. That's
He's
what
like,
it
I
was.
like your
What is a
persistence,
motherfucker?
and they let him through.
Ugh.
You need to cheer for it to grow. I just feel like that is something Louis C.K. said to all of his
Oh,
Wow.
That.
Oh, that was good.
Shit.
So I forgot the best part too. Under these costumes, he is completely naked,
Yes.
and every time he was exposed. At like the end of
What?
his audition, he was exposed.
Oh,
man.
no.
He is Louis
And you said they
CK.
let him through to the main stage?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
I mean, he's at the judges'
he-
cuts now, and he's not gonna make it through there.
Right.
Just
He made
like
it past the
Tequila Guy's
first
not gonna
round?
Make it through there.
Isn't the judges'
But
cuts
he
like
made
past the
past
first
the-
round?
Yeah. But now they go to like judges' cuts before the live auditions.
Good for him. Hey, look at him. That's nice. Good for him.
Hey.
To have, I mean, he's doing something with his life, right? He's gonna get money just for being on that show. I mean, people are gonna call him up and they're gonna want him to do their crazy swinger parties, not children's parties. Yeah, they're gonna do their crazy swinger parties. He's gonna make a living off that. He's like, everyone needs a cheer to make his wee-wee grow, and then it's gonna be
furries. Ugh.
I think somebody will accidentally hire that guy for a birthday party.
Accidentally.
For sure. For sure.
Because all that's going to be on his resume was on America's Got Talent.
What the fuck do you mean you didn't read his resume, asshole? You read it. What does it say?
Oh, those poor kids! They're gonna sign up for the littlest giraffe, and they're gonna get the littlest giraffe in his pants. That's what it's gonna
be. No.
But unlike the actual giraffe, you don't have to cheer for that one to rise.
Yikes! Big yikse!
I
don't know how to segue out of this one. This one
got away from us.
This one definitely. We took this down an alley. I don't think we can come back from.
I don't know. Somebody talk about something else. I don't know.
Okay, I'll talk about something that's really grinded my freaking gears recently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
National days are getting out of control. Every time I look, it's another national day that has something to do with marketing or something so obvious that if you forget that you shouldn't hydrate, for this example, if you forget that you shouldn't hydrate yourself any day that is or isn't National Hydrate Day, you should probably kick the bucket for humankind's sake.
Yes. Absolutely.
We already have the most successful marketing ploy that's already recognized as Valentine's Day. And I'm afraid that if we keep pushing this shit, we're going to see more things like that.
Well, the world's going to collapse because of climate change within the next 12 years.
The inevitable heat death of the universe is on its way. So it's whatever. It's nothing to really worry about.
I mean, there's a few good ones. National Donut Day. That way, no matter what kind of diet you're on, you're like, well, it's cheat day.
It's donut day. Might as well hop on that donut.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the donut quote. That's big donut. That's big donut coming to get you.
To be drunk.
St. Patty's Day is big alcohol.
Hell yeah.
But hey, no, St. Patty's Day was already a thing for a long time.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm just saying, stick with what we got right now. We don't need to get so crazy with it. One day it's National Hot Dog Day.
How are these actually becoming national holidays? Because
I
don't feel like the government's
wondering.
putting anything through.
Isn't there a board of people who deemed themselves the national holiday people, and then you have to get it approved through them, you have to get it certified. There's a thing that you have to pay, a website or some stupid shit like that.
I think there is.
So people are getting paid to approve.
Dude, people get paid
holidays
for the dumbest shit. I get paid to listen to people complain about their stupid ass credit card accounts all day. You gotta make money how you gotta make money, dude. Money
I think
is money.
there's even another committee to get it put onto calendars.
Yeah, a governing board and everything or something like that, yeah.
So that's a good point. I'm always going to respect the hustle, but I don't have to like it.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Those are words
You never
I
have
live
to
by.
like the hustle.
Like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, respect the hustle. I don't like either of you fucks. But
no.
Friends of the podcast, I'm not slandering anybody. I love you too. Come on the podcast.
Please don't.
Well,
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I need to know
Why?
more
Move the
about
needle.
this suicide.
Any publicity
video.
is good publicity. We don't need to go too
That
deep
is
on that.
false. I don't know where
No.
you heard that.
No.
It is not
Any
correct.
publicity is good publicity. Either it's
No.
bad or good. If you move the
See, you
needle,
guys
you get
think that-
places.
You guys think that, but how did Jerry Jones get the Cowboys so profitable?
How did he?
All
Winning.
publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, blah 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 blah
Blah,
blah blah blah.
There we go. That's how Jerry Jones says it. That's how.
Is
what
that
he
really
means?
how he said it?
I don't know.
No.
I was
Probably.
really hoping that was the real quote that you
I
brought
really
up.
could see him saying it like that.
That's how a long-haired Bearded dingus from fucking George, Iowa says it.
All publicity is good publicity. I love
Publicity.
that. See, I'm gonna keep saying it like this, and it's gonna be like a big problem for me coming up in the future. Anytime that I have to say publicity.
No, dude, it's not. You think it will be, but I tell you what, you apply for your next job, and you say, "All publicity is good publicity,"
and they'll be like, "You remind me of
gonna-
Jerry Jones. Come on in."
You're getting that job so fast. I swear.
You'll be
Yeah,
manager
because they think
immediately.
they'll get some money from the government.
Okay, the national holidays things reminds me. I've thought about this before. Forgot to ask you guys. Do you guys share birthdays with any celebrities or like athletes or anything like that?
Yeah, my favorite NASCAR driver, Bubba Wallace.
You really share a
Fuck
birthday
yeah.
of Bubba Wallace?
Yes,
Fuck yeah,
and
dude.
actually, Bill Elliott as
Sure.
well. He's a Hall of Fame NASCAR driver.
Oh, okay. cool.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm hitting up the Google machine right now, seeing if that's anything that I.
I have John
actually-
Wayne.
John Wayne Gacy?
Wow.
What?
John Wayne Gacy?
That's a negative, Coach.
That's
no,
a
like
negative.
the original cowboy.
The original. Okay.
We
I just,
actually-
hey, I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make that distinction just before we move on
Yeah.
from that.
We actually had to do a paper on this in high school. We had to research, or no, it was a speech. It was for speech class. We had to research something on our birthday, like a celebrity's birthday or something that had happened on our birthday. And I didn't find any celebrities that I have a birthday with.
Really?
So mine was the Chicago White Sox in like 19 something.
Probably
They had
close
the
something.
longest like winning streak.
Okay, so apparently, Bruno Mars, Nick Cannon, Funny Mike, The Miz, and Matt Damon are about
My list starts off so damn strong, then just goes boom downhill.
Sideways?
Yes, just sideways down that hill. Listen, starts off in another life. I must have been a soccer player because it starts off Cristiano Ronaldo,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
next up Neymar. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Okay, so there are two people, soccer ball kids that they're kind of fun.
Big
I like
names.
it. And then we got next famous person, most famous person after that, Nick Crompton. Speaking of freaking
Who?
Jake Paul, you know the heavier set guy in the Jake Paul rap video that said something about
You're
his
assuming that I've
city-
ever watched a Jake
his
Paul rap
city is
music video
England.
ever.
England is his city. That's that guy.
I know that
You are
guy.
assuming that I've watched a Jake
You
Paul
okay?
music video
If we're gonna
before.
have
I
a podcast,
not.
if we're gonna have a podcast, Jack, you got to get well versed in internet culture because this is the kind of shit that we're gonna be talking about.
I run 2 of our accounts. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for the past 2 weeks. That doesn't make you a social media mogul.
I'm
Oh,
not
I also-
saying I am.
I also got Travis Pastrana and Chevy Chase.
See, that's cool.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Oh, hey, I
fuck
got
with both
I
of
got
those.
Kevin Gates. I got 2 phones. Kevin Gates too. He's down on the list as well.
Oh,
Fuck
there you
yeah,
go.
2
There you go.
phones.
2 phones, one for the
Yeah.
plug, one for the load.
Andre 3000 of Outkast is born the day after me, so that's kind of cool. He's my favorite rapper of all time. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Yes. Anytime we name drop anybody, it's just friend of the show. That's what we got to do.
And they've never heard of us, and we'll fucking probably never ever unless we get huge big. But that's a huge
We
reach.
got a couple on here that Hank Aaron's one of them.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not
That's a good
bad.
one.
That's
There you
not
go.
bad at all. I could be.
I'm for that.
I hate stickball, but I'll take that.
I mean,
Oh,
home
wait.
run king if you don't believe in steroids.
Who was the guy that? Who was the guy
Yeah, he is the
in the
home run king.
in the hockey games, in the hockey playoffs? The guy who said that was it the people were a bunch of jerks? Was that Don Cherry?
Cherry.
Yeah, he shares my birthday.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
let's
Love
go.
that
Dude.
guy.
No,
Yeah,
you
Lenny
don't.
Kravitz.
No, you don't. You think you love that guy,
He's
but
old
you
and
listen
senile.
to that guy and he is fucking stupid.
Yes, he's old and senile, and I love it. I hope I could give as much as or as little as a fuck as that guy does when I'm his age.
Hey,
I have
tell
Lenny
you
Kravitz
what,
and
all
Hank
you gotta
Williams
do is
Jr..
buy
Ooh.
suits like that, and you can't care a damn.
That's what I'm seeing. His suits are they're kind of nice.
Some of them. His stormtrooper suit, I thought I would like, and it was trash.
I don't know how you go
Stickball guys,
wrong.
who is Ben Zobrist?
Ben Zobrist? You mean Mr. Cub?
Yeah.
That's your
I was gonna say
boy.
he's a cubby. He's one
Is
of your
he?
guys.
Well, I mean, he's a big reason why you won the World Series.
Well, then why is he in a Rays picture in this fucking?
Because he is a Ray from the beginning. He
Take that,
was
Jack.
Well,
a Devil Ray for majority of his career, and then went to the
I only like
Athletics.
Rizzo. What do you want from me?
You don't like Rizzo?
I only like Rizzo. I misspoke.
Oh
No,
only
you
like
don't
Rizzo.
only like Rizzo. You only know Rizzo.
but
I know Baez. I know Bryant.
my
I know John
my
Lester, even though he's gone.
no, my favorite, Jack. You've seen the Cubs win a World Series, and Ben Zobrist won MVP of that World Series.
Okay, I watched him win and tuned out. What do you want from me? I watched Game 7. That's it.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Are we gonna call me out here? Because I'll call me out.
Just no care. Who's
I don't give a fuck.
Ben Zobrist?
Yeah.
Says the Cub fan.
Fuck, I don't know.
guys.
I don't have,
Imagine,
like, any big
imagine
names.
somebody being a Raptors fan and being like, do you guys know who Kawhi Leonard is?
Who?
No,
So
everybody who is a Raptors fan knows Kawhi.
Yeah, you would assume that everybody who's a Cubs fan would know who Ben Zobrist is, apparently, but here we are.
No, I get Ben Zobrist a little bit more, except for the fact that he broke the curse.
The recent curse? He's the one who broke that curse?
Yeah, the
Yes.
108 year. Yeah.
You don't know Ben Zobrist, Jack? He's your boy. That would exactly be like, hey, the Raptors fans not knowing Kawhi Leonard right now. That
Yeah.
would be exactly the
that's
equivalent.
Yeah. Oh. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's
so
all right.
you weren't really defending yourself. You were just...
Listen, if you're gonna get called out, you might as well hop on. Join
Hell
'em.
yeah.
Can't beat them, join them.
Speaking of can't beat him, join him. How about O.J. Simpson on Twitter recently?
Dude, I've never
Power
been
move.
so excited for somebody to get Twitter in my life.
Me neither.
Power
This
move.
is the most amazing thing that I've seen on social media since its creation. We have
And what are the chances that he joins like not that many days before the anniversary of the NFL's greatest drive?
oh my god.
Oh no. Oh
Just-
no.
And just something about the way that he got onto Twitter. He's saying, "Yep, a lot of people think it be the way it be, but it don't be like it do. I got some getting even to do. God bless."
Yeah, like what was that about?
Oh,
Fuck
man.
that.
So I literally wanted this to get more play than it did, but I made a quote tweet about it and I said, "Hide your kids, hide your wife. OJ is coming with a knife."
Oh my god.
I got him.
How did I miss that?
Yeah.
Exactly. I got one like on it, maybe. I was happy. I don't care. I was happy about that tweet either way. That was one of my better tweets.
Quality, not quantity.
Exactly. Eventually, people
I got you,
respect me
brother.
for the way I am. But
I got it.
Yeah.
even though
Oh,
I
it's
wake up
great.
and I say, "Why am I the way that I am?"
Yeah, no, I was so excited when I seen that. I have videos to catch up on because apparently he only wants to post videos on Twitter.
And he talks like he starts trying to. He doesn't refute anything about. It's really bad because everybody, or not bad, I suppose. He kind of deserves it. Everything in his, depending on how you see how it went down, he kind of deserves what he's been getting in the comments. Just everything's like, "Oh, you killed your wife. You killed your wife. You killed your wife." It's just, it's all that. I don't know how you respond to that, really, as OJ. If you, like, even if you're just trying to, like, okay, you spent your time in prison, you got out, and you definitely spent time for the murder. It wasn't just for the stealing or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know how you come back out and you can't start a normal life. Obviously you can't. But I don't know how you
Right.
get through life with every time you look on Twitter now, it's just going to be fully hate-mongering echo chamber of just hate coming his way. Like, not
Yeah, he
that he
opened
may
those
or may not
floodgates.
deserve that, but yeah, he definitely opened the floodgates, and that kind of scares me. Like, if he is as psychopathic as I assume that he is,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
schizophrenic, this is such a bad thing for Orenthal James Simpson. Like,
Did you-
seriously.
Did you guys hear that there's a running back for the Bills that now has the number 32.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Really?
Yeah. The time I noticed it was on Chess or Checkers on Always Late with Katie Nolan. And it's like, it is such a fucking chess move. Like, it is a power move because nobody knew this guy. He's on his 4th team or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
3rd string, probably. And now he's wearing OJ's old number. Fucking fantastic.
The juice is loose again, boys. The juice is loose.
And he said he got no resentment from Bills or front office.
Why would he? Why
Yeah.
would he?
Why would he?
Yeah.
That it almost. So speaking of that, do you think Adrian Peterson's number gets retired?
In Minnesota, yeah.
You
Probably
do?
by the Saints. Probably by the
Did you
Saints,
hear what
if
he
any-
said?
What did he say?
He said he wants to retire a Viking.
Oh man. I feel it's kind
He
of
said
hard.
he wants to play 10 more years and then retire as a Viking.
10?
Yeah,
That's lofty,
he's been
Cuzzo.
he's been saying that for the past 10 years though, right? He wants to play 10 more years. So,
I mean,
good for him. I bet
if he can keep his legs right,
if anybody
there's
can do
no
it,
doubt he could do a Frank Gore.
if
Oh,
if anybody
yeah.
could do it, I feel like it'd be Adrian Peterson. But
He's come back from a lot of shit.
He has, and
I'm
when you
really-
think he's count out, he's always come back, and he's been maybe better than before. It's really insane. So
I'm really hoping that Frank Gore can continue like 10 more seasons.
Is he didn't retire yet? Like, I know he was in Miami
I
last
don't
year.
think so.
Out there in a walker.
Just keep playing for the next like 15 years. Retires at like 65 like a normal person.
Just give me
from
the rock,
NFL.
coach. I got it. I got it, coach. I'll pound it in there for you. Good for Franklin Gore.
As a matter of fact, he is on the Buffalo Bills.
Hell
No
yes,
fooling.
let's go.
Super Bowl
No
Bills,
fooling.
baby. Let's go.
He
I'm-
is
Hey,
still
I'm
in the
picking
league.
him first overall in fantasy. You heard it here first.
All right, have fun
Okay.
with your L this season.
Absolutely. Go for it. As a part of that
Hey,
fantasy.
he
go
might
for
be a touchdown vulture. He might be a heavy touchdown vulture. We don't know. Because who's their running back right
He
now?
won't.
Is LaShawn McCoy still there, or did he leave?
Lubita's wife? I have no idea.
Yeah, Mr. Reed is
pretty
what?
sure he's still there.
But see, that's why I asked about Adrian Peterson. Is Mr. Beat kids? That's why I was very curious.
Yeah, beat his son.
Beat
Yeah,
son,
with
Adrian
the
Peterson.
switch.
How did I miss that? How did I miss that one? That was a softball.
different times.
Different times.
My father beat me with the switch. Your father probably wasn't near as jacked as you, Adrian. What are you doing? You're a
Your old
literal
man didn't run
monster.
For 2000 after a torn ACL.
Just know,
Your man isn't LeBron James in pads.
I love Adrian
True.
Peterson. I love
Very
Adrian Peterson, the football player. The person, not so much. Not so much
I
at
liked
all.
that one moment though where he got interviewed by that guy and they noted him as like random civilian or
yeah.
whatever it was.
And he's
he
like,
got
"Oh,
interviewed and was like,
Wait a minute, are you
Adrian
Adrian
Peterson.
Peterson?
yeah, are you actually the Adrian Peterson? Like, yeah.
It's like,
And
yeah,
I was
man, what's
"Oh,
up?"
Damn.
You know what? If Frank Gore puts on another season like he did last year,
Mhm.
he will pass Barry Sanders for 3rd all-time rushing yards.
Hey, I'm for it.
Barry Sanders is 3rd all-time rushing.
Yeah.
Didn't he only play
he is.
like 6 years?
10 years.
He played 10? Okay. That's reasonable.
Yep.
then. Okay.
He's 40 or about 37 technically games short of how many games Walter Payton played.
Mhm.
That poor bastard. Who was his best quarterback in those 10 years in Detroit?
You could argue Scott Mitchell, possibly Andre Ware for that 1 year.
I mean,
Who else did he have?
Yeah, who?
probably Andre Ware, but wasn't as consistent as Mitchell. Mitchell wasn't
Yeah.
bad though.
There was that 1 year where Mitchell came out as a really good, like, looked like he might have been worth the contract. Not fully the whole year, the whole thing,
Yeah.
all however many years, but
Absolutely not.
for that one season, he was worth the money at that point. But I would say that's it.
That
I would
Most
say
negative
that
rushing
it
yards
was
in NFL
more.
history.
I think it was more than just the quarterback. on why that team failed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that defense was not very good.
See, I feel like I'm very well versed in football history, and the only quarterbacks that I knew that ever played for the Lions are Matthew Stafford, Bobby Lane, Dan Orlovsky, and Dante Culpepper. Sean Hill, I guess.
John
He
Kitna.
became a Viking. John Kitna played for the Lions?
Yeah.
Love John Kitna.
A lot of his starting career, really, I think. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, because they booted him from Cincinnati for Palmer.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
And they were just like, yo, fam, come lose with us.
Come lose with us. That's their tagline this season. Yo, fam, come lose. They just signed somebody just now. Justin Coleman from the Seahawks.
Now,
This moment, actually, breaking news. We're breaking the news, everybody. No, it was maybe a couple hours ago, I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys want breaking news, I just got a notification that Kawhi Leonard denied his option.
I mean,
he's going to the Lakers. He's going to the Lakers, boys. Woo!
He's not going
he's
to
not.
the Lakers.
He's going to the Clippers.
Is he? Why would he go to the Clippers?
He's gonna stay.
He's going to Minnesota.
Here's my interesting take. The Lakers are trying to get room for Supermax on Davis, right? Because his contract's up after this year.
Makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
If they don't get that Supermax deal, Anthony Davis will not be there next year, even if they can get it by next year free agency.
Even if they win a title, you're saying?
I think that less and less of these superstars want to play with LeBron. And Anthony Davis is going to go there. And unless they get him that Supermax deal,
he may just want to walk out because of fucking LeBron anyways.
Yeah, right. Regardless of the success. Okay, that's fair.
That's what I'm saying.
So there's that, but aren't they might get Kemba Walker too. So they won't be able to pay either of them?
They have room for a max. They don't have room for a super max.
Oh.
I think they may even have a little bit of room to wiggle with a super max and close to a max.
When it comes down to a trade, though, don't the Lakers now have the bird rights over Anthony Davis?
Which is why he can get super max.
Okay. I'm not very well versed in the capology of the NBA.
It's fucked up.
That's what I hear.
Bird rights are so weird and stupid. I hate them.
Because they're trying to be both NFL with a cap and then also baseball with a luxury tax. It's really weird how that all works. You can be so much over and be okay. Like, it really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I saw a graphic from one of my favorite NBA YouTubers, Legend of Winning. No free ads. He put out a thing about
fan of the podcast.
He's got his own podcast to worry about. Anyway,
podcast that is fan of our podcast. We're fan of their podcast. Yes,
you get the point. Anyway, but he put out a graphic of like how teams are looking with their salary cap right now, and some teams are like Oklahoma City is the worst. They're over by I think it was like 70 million or something like that. Just a ridiculously high number that they're over.
But with these contracts, they can only be. With Supermax, I think it can be 5 years. But for the most part, they're only 3 to 4 years. Even when they're an untouchable contract viewed as, they're still so movable.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Well, so that's the thing. Nobody's really there's no trade clauses, right?
Correct.
Yes.
But here is the thing, though. If Lakers organization, AD comes in, it's not gelling, but they like AD more, they can trade LeBron.
Right. So like you can
for
say anybody's
somehow he has a no trade clause. Like how does the best player, quote unquote, in the NBA not have a no trade clause?
It's because Kevin Durant's the best player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Probably you can't say that anymore because he just ripped his ankle to shreds, but
yeah.
Speaking of Durant, does he sign with the Warriors and get that free money?
No.
Or does he option out and see what he can get in free agency?
Oh no, he's gonna option out.
I think he still goes to the Knicks. I don't know why I still feel that way, but it's either the Knicks or the Nets for him. I think he wants to try to play with Kyrie. Kyrie wants to go to the Nets because he just signed with Jay-Z's sports agency, whatever you want to call it, Rock Nation. So Kyrie's going to the Nets now, and
That's
then
illegal
I think
tampering.
he also sees how dysfunctional
the Knicks organization
the Knicks
is.
are.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah, you can't play for Dolan and be successful. That's not possible.
Sad.
So if you're in his shoes and you've got an Achilles tear, so you're getting what, maybe 3 months out of next season.
Yeah, you're not getting
most,
much
at very
most.
Right. Why wouldn't you just sign or re-sign with the Warriors?
He's gonna have to go where he wants, because I don't think he's going to do a 1-year deal.
He's too worried about his legacy at this point. That's why he's got all his brothers.
I think
That's
he
why
has to go with a long-term deal, because if he only gets that 3 months, who's to say he doesn't look good, or who's to say he looks good at all? I mean, he might look terrible.
And it came out too. He said he was thinking that he was going to be viewed as the best player in the league when he signed with Golden State. And then when he won those titles, he thought that people were going to think of him as the best player in the league. He cares too much about what people think about him.
Okay, but how do you think that? How do you think, this team has won 2 out of the last 3, or has been to the finals, I don't know how
It was 2 straight years, and then they went 1-2 and blew a 3-1 lead.
Okay. So how can you look at that and be like, I'm going to join this team. We're going to win the 2 or 3 finals that I'm there for. And then I'll go somewhere else, and people will think I'm the best player in the world.
He wasn't planning on going somewhere else originally, though.
Okay, but still, I mean, that's like if I were to join the Warriors and say I'm the best player in the world because we won championships.
But he has a stake to that claim now, because look what happened to the Warriors after he couldn't play.
They still were close, though. They were a Curry 3-pointer away from tying that and going to overtime.
Sure were,
Game
but
6, though.
No matter what league you're in,
have depth from the multiple years that they were running their thing. They had 2 years ago depth, they would have destroyed without KD.
Yes. But when KD comes in, you lose guys like Festus Ezeli, Harrison Barnes, Leandro Barbosa, guys who have made a huge impact on your team during that 73-9 run, and then they're gone. And
they got to keep their Finals MVP though. Andre Iguodala, baby.
Yeah, Sean Livingston retired. I saw that.
Do the Warriors make the playoffs next year?
No.
Oh yeah.
I think they do. I think they do easy.
Nope.
They absolutely do.
Okay,
I
shit on Steph Curry a lot.
The bottom of that West is not that good.
Regular season Steph Curry is one of the best of all time.
Like a low 6 through 8 seed for the Warriors.
I think at the very least they are 8th seed.
I say 9th. I don't think they make it. I think without Clay, without KD, I think some of these guys are just gonna, at this point, without Livingston coming off the bench, they're just not gonna have the firepower they need. Steph Curry's gonna be in takeover mode. But it's going to be it's going to be an efficient version of that Russell Westbrook season where KD broke his leg and was out for the entire year, and Russell was carrying that team but couldn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
but your
take
is that they're going to lose both KD and Clay, which I do see.
Not through free agency. I'm just saying injury. Because KD's leaving in free agency, but Clay's going to stay. I think Clay's staying.
So he's going to stay, but he's not going to be there because of his ACL tear.
Yes, he's not coming back until we're looking at like the 2020-2021 season somewhere in there. I think because those two missed the entire season.
You don't think they get somebody signed?
I don't think so. I don't think they can at this point. Like, I don't think anybody looks at that roster and says, oh, well, I've got Steph and Draymond and who is that exactly? I think they look at that and they go, at this point, do I really want to try to help build Steph's legacy? Do I want to try to do, the whole Andre Iguodala thing where I'm just here more for Steph? Or do I want to be here for myself? And now you join a team, you get them back to the playoffs, and it's like, okay, well, they were already a playoff team before you got there, whatever. If you're a legacy guy like Kevin Durant, if you care about how other people think about you or perceive you in your career, I don't think the smart move is going to Golden State as a free agent.
Interesting.
No, I agree with that. Going to Golden State almost hurt Kevin Durant's legacy. At first it did, but now all of a sudden they're heralding him as the best player in the NBA, which I think he deserves. I think he is the best player in the NBA right now since LeBron is taking a little bit of a decline. And I guess I don't know who else I'd put up in that echelon of LeBron and Kevin Durant right now. I guess Kawhi. I could put Kawhi up there. I think not just because he won, not just because of recency bias. I think Kawhi's a great two-way player. I think he's
those are the top three.
Kawhi's been the best two-way player for a little while.
I think so too.
Been healthy.
When even 2 years ago, for the last 2 years, I think it's probably been LeBron, I'd say, but Kawhi has been right 1 and 2 for best two-way players. Has been Kawhi.
Yeah.
And LeBron
The only issue is LeBron occasionally will take defense off when he wants to.
He will, and Kawhi.
You don't see that with Kawhi much.
He just quietly plays.
Kawhi. I say this about Kawhi. Kawhi is the most boring 20 points per game guy, like 20, 25 points per game guy in the entire NBA. Because you watch the Raptors play.
I think his offense is fun to watch, though.
That's the thing, though, is that it's so, like, under the radar, so, like, just nonchalant and everything. So, like, you're watching the game, and then it's like, okay, that's a nice layup. Oh, that's a good mid-range jumper. And then it's like, well, Kawhi's got 48 points now. It's like, when? When did that happen?
But just as Kawhi's rocking you to sleep, like the little babies we are watching him, all of a sudden he hits that corner fadeaway 3 and screams into the crowd and wins a freaking Finals MVP, baby. I don't know.
How about him
I think he's electric
and making fun of his laugh
at
the
I
wish
he did it.
Notch.
I wish he did it a little more like the clip. It was more like a ha 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 ha. It wasn't. That was good though. I did respect that move a lot. It's a power move. That's what that is. It's a power move, baby. Good old Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard.
Brendan, your turn.
I don't think so. Can't even say publicity, and you think that I can fucking say this shit?
Right. So just say Kawhi Leonard, and it will come out different.
Fucking assholes.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This has been the Midwest Best Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook at Midwest Best Yes, or on YouTube, it's actually Midwest Best Podcast. Hit us up, watch our stuff, give us likey likes, shares. We appreciate you, as always. Thank you. Have a good night.